Time for highlights of stage 10 of the Vuelta A Espana. Another mountaintop finish, but relaxed at the start as ever. João Almeida looking good. Also, the two Danes, Mats Pedersen and Jonas Vingegaard, but the man in red also looking pretty confident. Torsten Threen, all smiles on the start line as they rolled out for 175.3 kilometres, ending up in El Ferian Lara Balagua. A hilly day, two categorised climbs along the way. The penultimate one coming with 47.6 k's to go. Then we go through the intermediate sprint at 22 k's to go before we commence the final climb to the line. With the cross tailwind for the entire day, it was set to be very, very quick indeed. For the first couple of hours, the average around 50k an hour. There were numerous attempts at breaking away, but the elastic wasn't to snap until deep in the race. But unfortunately, Raul Garcia Piana had to abandon the race with a crash. There was another crash as well as Clement Browse Alfonso from FDJ got tangled up with his soigneur at the side of the road through the feed zone, just showing you how dangerous the feeds can be sometimes. But with 82.7 kilometres to go, there were several splits in the peloton, including Victor Campenaerts guiding Jonas Vingegaard down the descent with Magnus Sheffield in tow. It was to be a fast and furious start to the race. Eventually, though, a big group did go clear, but bridging across was Jay Vine and also Mikkel Bjerg, swelling the group to around 30 riders with just under 67 k's to go. On to the first of our categorised climbs, and it was Javier Romo, the former triathlete, the winner of a stage of the Tour Down Under, who went on the offensive, closely pursued though by the man in the polka dot jersey, the winner of the Killing Mountains last year in pursuit. But it was to be the Spaniard from Movistar who took points over that climb, closely followed by Jay Vine taking second, adding to his tally. This was the group that went clear over that climb. Julian Bernard was also there, Javier Romo, confirmation of the points. Romo, Vine and Castrillo, winner of two stages last year, so Vine extending his lead over Louis Vervaeke. Late across to this split was Alex Segart of Lotto, the powerfully built rider bridging across, but meanwhile behind, the bunch was sat at 3 minutes 30. Also in the move, Javier Esparron of Q36.5, Archie Ryan was there of EF Education, Easy Post, Nicola Conchi was also in the mix, and the last man across was indeed the American Kevin Vermaeke. Leading through the intermediate sprint with 22 kilometres to go was Julien Bernard. A good move by the Frenchman. And then just over the top with bang on 20 kilometres to go, Alex Segart, late to that move, tried to go clear ahead of the climb. And it was a strong move indeed, opening up a gap pretty quickly of 26 seconds. Meanwhile behind, looking relatively relaxed ahead of what was still to come, was Torsten Threen, being looked after by his teammates. So on to the final climb of the day. There's the stats of the Puerta de Balagua. Steep at the bottom, then flattening out towards the top. It was Segart who opened up a decent lead, but as the slopes got a bit steeper, his lead started to diminish, and it was Castrillo who bridged across and immediately dropped the Belgian. This man last year took 2 stage wins in the Vuelta and at this point was looking very good indeed. The gap though had come down to the peloton. It was under 2 minutes. And it was Juan Ayuso back on the front in the service of João Almeida. This injection of pace saw Torsten Threen dropped. Then immediately sensing danger up at the front of the race, it was Jay Vine hunting another stage win. He eventually dropped Castrillo with just over 5 kilometres to go and was looking very good. Glancing behind, dancing on the pedals and as strong as ever. Meanwhile, Castrillo fought to stay in contact, but it wasn't to be. Meanwhile, João Almeida on the offensive again. Great to see the Portuguese rider taking things into his own hands, sweeping past Alex Segart and looking good and whittling down the GC group in the process. Meanwhile, our race leader, Torsten Threen, was losing ground rapidly. Fight as Castrillo did, it wasn't to be.
It's another winning day for Jay Vine. More questions to come at the bus for all of their protagonists, but they can say, we won. They've done it again. Jay Vine takes stage 10 at Lara Balagua.
A fine second place by Pablo Castrillo, though. Wasn't to be for the win, but a superb finish, just 36 seconds shy there. And drenching himself, cooling himself down in the process was our Australian. Then there was a big battle behind for the minor placings, just holding on, making it a 2 and 3 for Movistar. Javier Romo, Archie Ryan holding on for 4th place and then just nipping home in 5th place. The best of the rest was Tom Pidcock. But a thumbs up from Jay Vine. Meanwhile, Torsten Trian gamely fought, but wasn't to hold on to the red jersey. That was to go onto the shoulders of Jonas Vingegaard. So celebrations all round for the Australian. 2 wins in this race, making it 4 for UAE. That isn't a swear, that's a celebration of 2 wins. So Jay Vine taking the stage ahead of Pablo Castrillo, Javier Romo in 3rd, then Ryan, Pidcock, Ciccone, Hindley, Jorgensen, Lesurf and Almeida. That's your top 10.
Winning is so hard, and it's such an incredible feeling when it happens, and no, I don't think I'll ever get used to winning, because it's just unbelievably hard.
There we go. Unbelievably hard, but Jonas Vingegaard, for the 3rd time in this race, moves into the lead. Train now down to 2nd at 26 seconds. Almeida 3rd, Pidcock 4th, and the top 10 moving into it, in fact, Riccicello of IPT at 2:43. So another day in red for Jonas Vingegaard. He'd ridden so strongly in this race, didn't have to do too much today, sat in the wheels, but then moves into the jersey. And staying in green, his fellow Dane, Mads Pedersen, with 120 points, still 9 points clear of Ethan Verner, but Vingegaard himself moving up into 3rd spot. So smiles all round from the likeable Dane. Opportunities perhaps tomorrow for him. So Jay Vine still leads the King of the Mountains classification, extending his lead to 23 points over Louis Vervaeke. Been a big day for the Australian. 2 wins and leading by a comfortable margin, the King of the Mountains. So let's have a look ahead then to stage 11. Bilbao to Bilbao, 157.4 kilometres and 7 categorised climbs. The last 3 climbs are the hardest, and the final climb comes at 7.8 k's to go. A vicious, entertaining looking course. 3,100 metres of elevation. It should be a thriller, one for the GC riders and the classics contenders. Don't miss it.